Coming into this series, people would focus in on the job he did against Scottie Pippen, so he has responded early to the challenge.
Rebounded by Grant. Here's Pippen. Look out. Fouled by Blackman. Blackman trying to prevent the shot, and Scottie came up smiling.
Michael took a little slap in the left side of the face. He then cocks it up, knocks down a three-pointer, just make sure that his face is okay. Pippen going up for the layup. Blackman making sure he doesn't get a good shot attempt.
At the Sheraton New York Hotel in Manhattan. Coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, we'll bring you live coverage of the NBA Draft Lottery. At stake is the order of selection for next month's draft. 11 teams will be vying for the #1 pick, among them the Denver Nuggets, who have 4 chances in 66 of landing that #1 choice. This is the scene in Denver where members of the organization, including head coach Dan Issel, will be hoping the Nuggets defy the odds and move up to a top 3 pick. And their good luck charm, well, it's the unveiling of the brand new Nuggets logo. We'll see shortly if it has a positive effect. The draft lottery is coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report. Right now, let's head back to the Garden and rejoin Marv Albert and Mike Fratello.
Thanks, Bob. And there is Patrick Ewing, who came to the Knicks as the top pick in the 1985 draft. That was the inaugural year of the draft lottery when the Knicks got the #1 pick, drafted the cornerstone of this franchise. The draft lottery coming up at halftime on the Prudential Halftime Report. And John Thompson, along with Dikembe Mutombo of the Denver Nuggets. We've seen quite a bit of John Thompson during the playoffs as he has followed the trail of Alonzo Mourning going up against Patrick Ewing. Scottie Pippen to the line. The Knicks now lead by 2.
A concern about Pippen taking it strong to the basket against the New York defense for fear of those hard fouls. Well, thus far, 0 for 3 on drives, but 3 for 6 on his perimeter game.
Knicks 41, the Bulls 39. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Starks with the shot clock running down. Bill Cartwright is back, as is B.J. Armstrong. Here's Armstrong. Starks setting up against Armstrong. Ewing's pass was deflected.
An unusual double team that time from Chicago, something though that they put into their repertoire 2 years back when they played the Lakers in the championship, double teaming a good post player from the baseline rather than from the passer or from the top.
And a loose ball foul is called. Charles Oakley upset as he hit the floor, collects his second foul, and has some words in the direction of the official, Bennett Salvatore.
When you have Mason and Oakley banging bodies, you cannot let them just take their arms and throw the player out of the way. That's what he did that time. Foul was called.
4th team foul committed by the Knicks. Bulls with only 1 as we come up on 2 minutes to go. First half. 2 minutes. Jordan with the step and the reverse. Rebound Ewing. Patrick Ewing with rebound number 10. Ewing the high man for the Knicks with 15. Michael Jordan leading Chicago with 14. Blackman can't find the shot. Jordan has done a tremendous job on Blackman, who hit his first 2 from the field. They double up on Starks, who pops it. 3-pointer for John Starks. He has 8. The Knicks lead by 5.
About as good a defense as you can play. Chicago did that last trip down, but then that's what makes players great and teams great. The ability to get off a shot and make it when you need it.
Oh, Pippen was hit hard. Things beginning to get a bit rough. Mason called for the foul. Mason with his second.
It wasn't that Pippen got thrown to the ground. He's losing his footing right there as as Oakley tries to prevent the shot from going up, it's just, of course, natural that he's going to go down. It made it look, to some extent, that he threw him to the ground. I don't think Oakley intended it.
There was no argument from Phil Jackson, but Phil has been understandably very critical about the Knicks' style. For the most part, a style that took place earlier in the season. Knicks with a lot of late hits, with a lot of hard fouls. They lead the world in terms of flagrant fouls picked up. That department is headed by Charles Oakley, but things did tone down following the melee in Phoenix. Here's Oakley getting inside. And Pippen with the save. Michael Jordan setting up B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong, yes. So the Knicks lead is now 1. And of course, the Bulls look back to the way the Knicks manhandled Scottie Pippen in the playoffs last year. A combination of Xavier McDaniel and Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley, and that hard foul that was given up by John Starks on Pippen. So the question is how he would react. And it counts as a foul. Blackman is called for the foul, and Jordan will go to the line. Well, Pippen has reacted well here in the first half, has not shied away, and has been very aggressive.
Chicago, when it gets itself out in the running game, the transition game, a much more effective basketball team against the Knicks defense. That's what they're trying to do, is up the tempo. The tempo, however, is right where New York wants it, in that mid-40s area going into halftime.
The Bulls have come from behind. They now lead by 2. Off the trap, another steal by Jordan. 2-on-1. Armstrong is fouled. Foul committed by Starks. And the trap beginning to pay dividends.
Changing up where the trap takes place. This time after the ball comes across the half-court line. The late rotation by Michael Jordan. A 2-on-1. Give it up just at the right moment. Armstrong goes to the free throw line with 2 opportunities.
And that, the 9th steal of the first half for Chicago, leading to the foul. That puts Armstrong at the line. Jordan has 3 steals. Pippen has 3. The Bulls with a 3-point lead. Here's Will Perdue for Bill Cartwright. B.J. Armstrong began the season as a starter with John Paxson not fully recovered from the knee surgery. There were grumblings from some teammates which upset B.J., grumblings concerning his play. Then he was used coming off the bench, but eventually was inserted back into a starter's role, and he's played very well.
You mentioned that was a 9th steal for Chicago. They were 5th overall in the NBA this year in steals, averaging about 9.5 for a game. So here they have 9 already in the first half.
Mason with the rebound. Mason was fouled. He was held by Scott Williams. A 9-0 run by the Bulls, giving them a 4-point lead with 2 8/10 seconds to go in this first half, and a 20-second timeout has been called. Well, you look at the Knicks' defensive play throughout the playoffs as compared to the regular season. They allowed only 95 points per game during the regular season. But look at the playoff breakdown. They've given up 101 points against the combination of Indiana and Charlotte. Regular season, opponent shot only 42%. In the playoffs, they have lifted it up, and Pat Riley would like to get back closer to what took place during the course of the regular campaign.
But let's be fair to those statistics. Both teams they played, Indiana and Charlotte, are up-tempo teams. Both went out and pressed and tried to create more shots during the game against the Knicks. You don't play those teams every night in the regular season.
Starks with that last-second shot attempt. So the Bulls with a 48-44 lead at halftime of Game 1 of this best-of-7 Eastern Final. Michael Jordan, 7 of 14, 17 points. Patrick Ewing with 15 in all. Only 2 have come in the second quarter. Bob Costas coming up with a Prudential halftime report.